Hello and welcome. It's so nice to see you've joined me. In this lesson, we'll be looking at how to create a Noteflight banner in Canva for music teachers. This lesson is from the course Creating Music with Canva. I will leave a link in the description box below. We're going to create a Noteflight banner in Canva in this order. Create a collection in Noteflight, design the banner in Canva, and finally upload the Canva banner to Noteflight. If we haven't met before, I'm Monique. I'm a multi-passionate certified K-12 music teacher. My first passion is providing music printables and resources for music creatives just like you, and my second passion is helping music teachers easily transition to teaching group piano lessons online. Don't forget to snag your free 100-day practice challenge. I will leave a link below in the description box, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss a lesson. So if you're ready, let's get started. To the inside of my Canva account, I always like to start with showing you the possible end result so you have a visualization of what your banner that we're going to create together in Canva and what it can look like in Noteflight. Before we begin, let's also jump over to Noteflight Learn. So I'm going to go down here and I'm actually going to create a collection. So in Noteflight Learn, you'll have a collections and you're going to click the plus button inside the orange little round circle. And we're going to name this, let's name it Piano 1. Now I suggest that you not give a description and you'll see why in a minute. So keep your title really simple. I would not put it more than a word or two. And you're going to click save. Now you're going to see here what the template looks like that Noteflight gives you. While it's nice, it's a little bit simple, and you're also going to want to differentiate between the different collections, especially if you're teaching different levels, different groups of students. So this is the standard, and this is what we're going to be changing. Let's go back to our Noteflight. And as you can see here, I have a few different samples, but let's start by adding a page. Now, I'll repeat one more time. If you want to go to a template and create something completely from scratch, that's fine too. The dimensions are 1920 by 480, and that is optional for you. So another option, if you need a little inspiration, you can go over to templates. And you can type in Google Classroom, Music Google Classroom. There's many different options, and there are just banners and banners and banners that you can choose from. So choose one to inspire you, but remember, you have to make it your own. For this tutorial, I'm actually going to make it my own. I'm going to go in and I'm going to change the color here on the color palette. I'm going to make this a nice, easy blue color. A couple things you need to remember when you are creating your banner for Noteflight. In the collections here, let's just take one more look. The space here where you've put in your collection details, you're going to want to leave this space blank back in Canva because this prompt will automatically populate in your Noteflight Learn for your banner. So let's leave the space blank. In fact, what you can do, like I've done here, is you can either add a square or some type of shape. So for this part here, let's go in and click on elements, and I'm actually going to click in square, and it will populate, or rectangle, and I'm going to click this square. We can change the color, and this is where my collection information from Noteflight is going to live. And right now, the way they have it set up is it's always white. So we want to make sure that it can pop from the background of our banner. And let's change this color. We can change this to a blue. And okay, so the next thing that we want to do, now we have our general framework set up. The next thing we want to do is we're going to give it a name. So we know in this darker blue section, we know that the word Piano 1 is going to live, but I think it's nice to add something for our students, such as a welcome and maybe the level or the group name or your name. So in order to do that, and let's just fix this so it's to the top, you're going to click on you can click Command T or just click T for text, and you'll have text appear. Now, for me and my personal aesthetic, I like to use something much more simple in terms of text font because remember you're going to have students of different ages. And let's just increase the font size. And usually I like to go to about a 75 font. Click that in there. Now bear in mind you're going to have to leave that square or that shape to the side open so it's not covered up by your design. And we can stretch this out. Now let me zoom in for a second so I can show you something that's quite important here, because I made this mistake the first time. You see here where these lines are, these outlines, you can actually add these to your design. When you go into File, you can click Show Rulers and Guidelines, Margins, and Print Bleed. This is important for the reason that when you upload your banner to Noteflight, you don't want your design to be cut off. So make sure you're working inside these lines here. So here I'm going to put welcome to, and I'm going to put piano 1, or you could put welcome to music class. Okay, so we have some information. I'm actually going to shift the line spacing so it's a little bit closer, 1 to 1. And then the next thing I want to do is I actually want to increase my font just a little bit. So I'm going to push Command A, and I want my info to be a little bit bigger, not much, because let me zoom out. Now I want to add a little bit of design. I'm going to squish that down a bit. And I want to add some sort of music emblem, or maybe my particular class has a motto or a theme or some element that will link them to the class. So in order to do that, you're going to click Elements, and I'm going to type in music notes. And you can see here, there's so many different options, but I want a graphic. So under All, I'm going to click on Graphics. And we can click, let's see, for fun. Let's click this one here, and it populates automatically. Now let's zoom back in again, because we need to make sure that we're inside those fine lines. And let's see, I'm going to move this over a bit and make sure that everything is inside the lines. And I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller. All right, so now we have everything that we need in our banner. So we have the class, the welcome, the elements, the graphics to make it fun for the kids. I'm actually going to shift that 9 degrees. And then we have our space that Noteflight actually populates. So the next thing that we want to do is we're going to download this as a JPEG from Canva to Noteflight. So click Share, we're going to click Download, we're going to click to JPEG, and we only want the last page, so we're going to click number 5 because that is the last page, and we're going to click Done, and then we're going to click Download. And this will just take a second to download, and then it will populate in the left hand side. Now I'm on an iMac, so I'm not sure where your picture or graphic will show up, but this is where mine shows up. And then I'm going to click Show in Finder. And there it is. It's right at the top. Now, the next step in the process is we're going to shift now over back to Noteflight. And when you hover over the banner, this is a standard banner in Noteflight, you're going to click Change Cover, and you'll want to click Upload. And you can see our most recent banner is here. You're going to click Open. And then it will prompt you to the image editor. Now, gets a little bit tricky because you need to make sure that your entire banner shows. So we're going to stretch this out just a little bit, and we're going to move this over, and we're going to make this a little bit bigger just to get to the edges of our design. All right, and that looks good. And I think that's as big as we can go. Okay, so let's move this over just a little bit. Remember, the blue space is where the piano 1 is going to live. If you're happy with your design, click Save, and you will see it populate. And there you have your banner that you've made in Canva for your Noteflight. Congratulations, you've completed this lesson. Ready to take your technique to the next level? For more info, click here or copy and paste this link to your browser. Join us in the Easy Play Piano Club for weekly live lessons. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson. For more music videos, subscribe to Move Over Mozart.